Hey everybody, how's it going again? Hope you guys are doing okay out there. Well, today I got another project. Well, it's not really a project. It's what I got to remove out of TIMROVER before the winter sets in, because next week it's going to get pretty cold here in the upper Midwest, and I want to take some items out like food, canned goods, and things like that out of the rig, just because you don't want to leave anything like that in the rig throughout the year because it makes a total mess. What I'm going to do is put something in the rig that should stay in the rig throughout the winter, because when the rig is being stored, there's little friends who want to make themselves at home. So therefore I have some items for that. So what I have here for my containers is items like that. I have some totes here that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be using these for, because these items you don't want to leave in your rig throughout the winter time. These cabinets here, this is where I keep all of my spices and some canned goods, some coffee, you name it. But these cabinets here have like my cremette, stuff like this here. This has to come out, because what happens if you leave sugar and things like that inside of here, as you can hear that noise after a while when it kind of get condensation there throughout the winter. This is going to crystallize. It's going to be hard as a rock at the bottom of this container. So these are the things you want to take out of the rig. Like here, I have some open pit. Since this is not carbonated, I'm going to leave this open pit in here because it did very well last year. So I'll leave the barbecue sauce in here, and anything else you might see that needs to come out. I'll take one of my totes here. I'm going to start putting these items inside of the tote. This way I can store them throughout the winter and they can be used again. And if I open this side here up, and like I said, the barbecue sauce, I got a ton of that. And that's one thing I was doing. Every time I would go camping, I would buy another bottle of barbecue sauce. So now I have to start keeping a list of items that I have without buying duplicates of the same thing. So that's one thing. It's an FYI for you when you're camping or when you have a rig. Make sure when you go to the store, look in your cabinet and see what items you do have. Some of it I might just discard, because make sure you look at the expiration date on it. Like this one here doesn't look too good, so I'm going to take that back with me. The hot sauce can stay. So these are just things like here. I have a ton of seasoning. This got to go back with me because I don't want to leave that in the rig throughout the year. Here's another item that you want to make sure that you remove out of your cabinet. Check once, check twice, check 3 times. You want to make sure your carbonated soda pops, like this Canada dry ginger ale right here. You want to make sure that that's out. Check in the back. Check in the back here. A few years ago, that I did leave some ginger ale in here, and it exploded. And it exploded with just a mess all under this cabinet right here that it was like sticky. So I spent a lot of time trying to get this here out and then clean it out. But this year I'm going to make sure that the ginger ale is removed, or any kind of other carbonated soda. I have some pina colada. I'm going to toss this here because I've had that for a couple years and I'll buy some new. So just put everything else back. This cooking oil is going to go. You also want to check your refrigerator for any carbonated drinks. I have some in here. It's going to go back. I can drink that over the winter or keep it for next year, but I guess it'll be okay. But take all of that stuff you see, like the soda pops with carbonation, Dr. Pepper, you name it. Remove all of that stuff from your rig, because if not, you will have a total mess next year. Come back, and what I'll do when I get TIMROVER winterized, I'm going to put a fresh container of baking soda here, but I'm not going to discard this here because I can use this in my current domicile down the drain, as in deodorizing the drain, getting that going, so I won't throw that out. But I'll put fresh boxes in here as well. And just remember, if when you store your rig, you always want to leave these doors here propped. Never close your refrigerator doors like so throughout the year, because what's going to happen, condensation is going to build up inside of your rig, and it's going to build up with mold, and you don't want that next year when you come back out here to open your rig back up for the year. So just make sure you have these doors ajar and not completely closed. You want that air circulation. These are the items that I'm going to discard, and it's a good idea for having a rig. Try to get a tow if you possibly can, or keep a tab on items that you do purchase from the store, because the items you see here that I have purchased for TIMROVER is which I don't have a tow, but I will have one for 2020. That when I go to the store, I'll just buy these items thinking I don't have them, or it might be expired, or whatever the case may be. But as you can see, the items here, all of this stuff here has to, go to the garbage just because it's expired or it's been opened before. And I have a bag of marshmallows like this here at home, so I don't want to take duplicates home with me as well. Maybe I'll write a program that I can keep track of all of my items on the computer. And this way I know exactly what I have and what I may need down the road once that item is being tossed. So it's another good idea, keeping track of what you have on your rig. Here's something that you should also put in your rig. I showed you what I've taken out of the rig. Now what I'm going to show you to take in your rig or put in your rig, because this here works. I've had these now. These are Top Cat resident stations, or I call them hotels. You check in and you don't check out type of deal. Top Cat little bait motels. They're pretty cool. So basically they're ready to go. They're throwaway. There's nothing to it. So you just take them out of the container like this here, and you just place them throughout the rig. I'm just going to put them like under the seat right here and under the dash, because what happened is that when you have these critters inside of your rig throughout the year, what they do, they need to get warm. So what they do, they chew on things. They chew on wiring, they chew on all kinds of stuff. So you want to make sure just having plenty of these here around, not just having one or two. Keep quite a few around your rig where you can just take it and put one down here, put one over there. You can just put them anywhere. It doesn't matter where you put them, just as long as you got them. Like I have them towards the engine, because over the years, that's why I saw most of the mouse droppings. But you can put them anywhere. I'm going to put a few in the back bathroom area, but just remember where you put them, you can use them again. I did a video, I'll put a link above here that you guys can check out. I did Winterizing Chips last year, what I did with TIMROVER, which I put these same Top Cats hotel little gadgets here, resident stations, and it did a pretty good job. I mean, I have used Decon as well. They both work. I think they use the same stuff, just a different packaging. But it looks great. But I'll come back, like I said, next year, and I have some things I got to do, like the latch for the door. It finally started to crack, and I like to replace that. And I did a video a few years ago on the springs. There's a video on that, I think, up there. But if not, I'll put it up there for you. These springs for your screen door, where it will close, auto close. So one of them broke off. I mean, that's natural from wear and tear. Only costs a few dollars to install that. These are just some things that you can do to help save your rig from disaster while it's being stored throughout the winter. Like the containers right here of this glass can break. Your carbonated sodas like this here can burst, and it can be all over the place. Even stuff like your baked beans, your olive oil. This stuff can break down. Your seasoning can get condensation. After a while, you doesn't hear that shaking anymore because it's caked up at the bottom. Even this garbage right here of food that could have been eaten, but I ended up buying duplicates of. I'll have to discard that. But you live and learn. This is all about RVing. But until then, give me a thumbs up if you like. Hit the subscribe button below, and I'll bring you other tips, tricks, ideas to the big rig next door, as well as Eugene the Jeep. You guys take care. See you next time. Bye.